name is Winston Churchill, and I'm running for the Time Magazine Person of the Year award. I was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1874. My mother's name is Jeannie Jerome, and my father's name is Lord Randolph Churchill. I went to school at Harrow, school near London, and joined the Harrow Rifle Corps on a path to a military career. Later on, I went to the British Royal Military College, and it took me 3 tries to pass. A couple months later, my father died when I was 21. I still remember the memories we had together. I was in the British military, serving in the Indian Northwest frontier and in the Sudan. I saw action in the Battle of Omdurman in 1898. In 1899, I left the Army and worked for the Morning Post, a daily newspaper. In 1900, I was elected a member of Parliament in the Conservative Party. Then, in 1908, I married my sweet, darling Clementine and joined the British Navy. I thought it was a great idea to use airplanes in the Navy, so I set up the Royal Navy Air Force. From 1919 to 1922, I served as Secretary of War under the Prime Minister. Then, for the next few years, I focused on my writing and publishing. I tell you all these things so you can understand my experience, which helped me be a leader for the British people. In 1933, Adolf Hitler was rising to power. He was a very bad man. The British people and the whole world needed a leader. I was there to step in. In 1940, I became the chairman for the military and organized the war effort. The German army, led by Adolf Hitler, invaded Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. After that, the German forces invaded France. Now we, Great Britain, stood alone in the war against this terrible evil. In June of 1940, I made one of my most important speeches ever. I spoke in the House of Commons that the Battle of Britain was about to begin. My speech created an alliance between Great Britain, the United States, and Soviet Union. In the months that followed, I worked more closely with President Roosevelt and Joseph Stalin. We formed the Allied powers and developed a strategy to defeat the Axis powers. With the help of the United States and Soviet Union, we defeated Adolf Hitler and won the war. The work we did helped create the post-war world and the United Nations. In my older years, I enjoyed cigars and some whiskey with a little soda. I traveled the world making many speeches, like the Iron Curtain speech, warning against Soviet Union power. I also wanted to maintain that Britain stayed independent from Europe. In 1953, when I was 78 years old, I suffered a series of strokes in my office. I healed and returned as Prime Minister until 1964. Then, in January 1965, I suffered a severe stroke and died 9 days later at the age of 90. It is known that Great Britain mourned for me for more than a week. People don't know that I was also an artist. I painted under many different aliases. This is one of my most famous paintings. I call it A Study of Boats. Painting was my passion later in life. It helped me deal with my depression. If it weren't for painting, I couldn't live, I couldn't bear the strain of things. I believe I deserve the Time Magazine Person of the Year award for 1953. I have been an important political person, but I can relate to people in every situation of life. I was instrumental in helping the world defeat Nazi Germany and the evil powers in this world. I also kept peace after World War II and won the Nobel Peace Prize in Literacy in 1953. Please vote for me for Time Magazine Person of the Year award.